Shall I make love to the camera? Hi, this is Sam from Blackstar Amps. I'm in at Red Dog Music in Edinburgh at the moment, just introducing the new ID range. A few of them are in the country at the moment, and they're fortunate enough to have the 60-watt combo, which is this pretty little thing that retails at $399. They've also got the 100-watt head, which also retails at $399. This is a digital amp. There's not a valve in sight. I'll briefly explain the format of it by showing you the front panel, because he's looking at me at the moment, but now it's not about me, it's about the amp. Move away. Step away from the face. Basically, the way we've laid this thing out is we've tried to make it as straightforward as possible, that we want it to appeal to a gigging musician, so we want it to be as straightforward as possible. And we've also done it in a very Blackstar kind of way. We've not said this is supposed to be this amp, this is supposed to be that amp. We've done it Blackstar. It's very much like the Series 1 4-channel amplifiers. So we've got warm clean, bright clean, crunch, super crunch, OD1 and OD2. So basically, those are all your preamp settings. And then you've got your traditional gain here. You've got a level control, which is an overall level for that particular channel. It will compress in the same way as a valve amp will compress as you start to push that. Anyway, traditional tone, bass, middle and treble. You've got the ISF, which is, in layman's terms, we'll shift it from a more American sound when you've got it there to a more British sound when you've got it there. But effectively what it does is it moves the centre of your mid. So if you move it that way, it tightens the bass up. If you move it that way, it brings more low mids in, but it makes it a bit more woody and British. Hence the fact that we say American, which is like a tight bottom end, like...
tight bottom?
Tight bottom. No, I'm on camera now. Anyway, so basically American to British. So that's all pretty standard so far. This is where the clever stuff comes in. We've got a thing called TVP, which is true valve power. Now, how can that be, I hear you say? We really think we've nailed on this, or we hope we've nailed on this, is we've tried to emulate different voltage responses of how a valve amp and particular kinds of valve amps respond with a speaker. It's all right. It's all right. We're going to leave this running because apparently a phone's ringing. Anyway, so the way this works is we start with the L84s. You've got 6V6 response, EL34, KT66, 6L6 and KT88s. What you find as you go all the way through that as well is that the actual volume headroom before the sound breaks up is very, very similar to, for instance, EL84 is like a 30-watt amp, 6L6 is like a 100-watt amp. There is a volume difference and it will break up earlier at lower volume. Top of that, you've got 4 different kinds of modulation, delay, reverb, then you've got tap tempo. Again, that's a standard kind of section. You've also got your resonance and your presence, which is obviously just to shape the sound around the room. So that's the boring stuff about the front panel. Let's make some noise with it. Now I'll kick the TVP in. That there's a lot more presence, a lot more life, just a lot more balls to it basically. And I know you can't tell through the camera lens, but if you were here you would also know that you can feel the thing more. We've tried to get the amp to respond in the same way as a traditional valve amp. I'll take you down some basic sounds. I'll set you up for instance with an EL84 amp, a typical kind of Class A, old school American or even British 15-watt amp or 30-watt amp. So we've got an EL84 setting. I've got the volume on the channel pushed up full and the gain virtually up full, but I just want to show you how it does that kind of loose, compressed EL84 kind of sound. So it's got that lovely squashy kind of compression that you will get out of an EL84. And again, you're not going to tell on this because you're going to be listening to this through your laptop speakers, but to give you an idea, you really can genuinely feel that. It does shift air. So that gives you an idea how it'll break up on like an EL84 kind of sound. So that's a crunch. All you Angus's should apply now. A bit more bottom end maybe. That's on a classic kind of EL34 setting, but to show you the difference in response when I switch it to the 6L6 kind of setting. lot more bottom end with it. There's a crisper, brighter top end. And this isn't aimed to be a smooth sound. This is aimed to be a typical kind of crunch. Back to EL34s. And you'll feel, it's only a subtle difference, but that's what you'd expect. We're not looking for dramatic differences here because there aren't dramatic differences between a lot of amplifiers. The subtle side of things are just finding your own sweet sound. Let me show you what it'll do. Put it on 6L6s and get you a nice big American kind of clean. Put you onto warm clean, just tweak the thing a little, touch your reverb. Again, I've just backed that off so there's a touch more headroom. Your typical 40 watt kind of American clean. And if you listen as well, when you dig in, you get that lovely valvey compression. Just again, to give you an idea, I'll just switch it down to EL84s. Warmer, slightly edgier, slightly more compressed. EL84s. So that takes you through the cleans. What I'll do is I'm going to take you onto a couple of presets and then I'll come to the drives in a bit. Johnny Cash fans in the house. If you keep doing that, I'm going to do Postman Pat. Give you another idea of a lovely little clean on it. This one's got a bit of tremolo on it. I'll show you that's a really nice clean sound when you take the modulation off as well. Good Yorkshire band. Shed 7 will be glad of the publicity. Right, okay, let's take you on some nice drives now. We'll go back onto manual, volume, EL34. Obviously, the nice thing about this is you've got a humbucker and a single coil. This will show you basically how when you've got a single coil and you get the lovely dynamics that, like you will, for instance, with the Strat or a Music Man Silhouette Special, the dynamics that you get out of a single coil neck pickup. So. Mega high gain.
We are getting a wee bit of noise when you crank the gain up. That's.
Who's getting a bit annoyed?
Oh, look at his face. He looks so up. He looks upset.
I'm probably the least metal person there is. I'm far too soft and squidgy for metal. For a bit more kind of a metally sound, we've got it on 6L6s. We've got it aimed over there a little, bit more bass response on. Different kind of setting here. So anyway, that's your more metal-esque kind of sounds. So you can see there's a hell of a lot in this thing. The thing that I haven't even got to yet is what you can do when you bring this baby in. What we've got is, when you've got the amp, you can go online and basically download this, which is called Blackstar Insider. Now, and then you plug in out of. Do you want to pan away and look at this?
I can see all of your desktop things. Oh no.
What?
All of the pornography.
Excuse me, I'm very, very professional. I don't have that on there. I was looking at it on my iPad. Did I say that? No, leave it. You can connect the amp with a USB cable out the front into a USB socket. on there, click on your insider, open it up. The first thing it'll do is if we happen to have done an update or something like that, it will say there is a new update for the amplifier, would you wish to download it? So basically, as we tweak the amplifier, you can upload it all on here and update the amp. To show you now, everything works real time. So what's this?
Oh, I moved.
That's incredible,
Look.
right? And that's what I'm doing down there. So that is just, I mean, how phenomenal is that? The EQ will change as I change something on the front panel. There you go, look at that wiggly bass control.
Smooth as well.
Smooth,
quick.
really smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful pots, beautiful pots. So
It's all about the sweet spot, isn't it?
It's indeed. The next thing, of course, is you've got the Blackstar effects that you can switch on and off and edit as well. But then you've got this clever little piece of kit.
That looks like a tape player to me.
Well, it is, funnily enough, and I didn't think you were old enough to remember them. You can add a track into there, which actually comes up as a cassette. We do supply it with a pencil as well, so you can twist it back if it sticks. You can play the tunes, you can speed them up, slow them down, change the volume. You can use that as an audio window as well, and you can play your WAV files in your MP3s. You can loop certain sections so you can learn parts of songs. The next thing is amplifier patches, which basically all your amp patches will show down there. Online community, which isn't online, but basically what will happen on there is everybody who's found a patch that they like can put the patch online, and if you like the patch you can load it into your own amplifier. So, and then finally a small tuner.
It's a pretty big tuner.
That's a big mother of a tuner, isn't it?
It's like an Atlantic tuner.
It's a mother funster of a tuner. So that's the GUI, as they call it.
That's my nickname.
It's a GUI.
That's what my wife calls me.
That's because I really don't want to know why she calls you GUI. So basically, that's your Blackstar Insider, and that will come with a 15, 30, 60, 260, and the heads as well, the 60 and the 100 heads.
Any sort of minimum system requirements for this?
That's a very good question. Basically, any modern laptop will do it. Right, so to give you an idea of the range, that's a 60 watt combo, that's 399. We also do a 260 combo, which is effectively a stereo 60 combo, where your delays and your chorus are stereo, so you'll get that big spread. You've got the ping pong delays that will go from one speaker to another. That's 459. We do a 60 watt head, which is 329, and we do a 100 watt head, which is 399. The other thing as well is there is a foot switch available, which is 49.99. That foot switch, it's MIDI, so you can store up to 128 sounds and access them from the foot switch. 4 buttons, and you can also scroll through the banks of 4. You've got a built-in tuner in the middle. You've also got a facility where when you're in a patch, you can switch your effects on and off as well. It's not a must-have in the sense that you can run the amp, running the amp off the buttons on the front, but if you do want the controllability and the switchability.
And the versatility.
And the versatility. Oh, there's a lot of abilities here.
Loads of abilities.
Yeah.
Senility as well.
Senility, no, that's me. 49.99. It's another 50 quid for all that extra flexibility. So that's the range, as I say. 329 60 watt head, 399 100 watt head, 399 for this, 459 for the cab, 459 for the 260. There is also a 4x12 that's coming in as well.
And if you have your own cab, can you?
Yeah, absolutely. So as long as it's 4 ohm
Yeah.
cab, absolutely.
Perfect.
If you've got your own cab that'll run at 4 ohms, basically you can just buy the head on its own.
Amazing.
We voice the amp around the speakers that are in our cabinets, but at the end of the day, yeah, of course you can tweak the EQ,
Yeah.
and if you've got your own cab, of course you can use it with that as well.
Perfect. We're just going to be loud for 1 second, maybe like 10 seconds.
Sorry, chaps.